notice whatsoever.
I was just cruising 25, 30 mile an hour.
John, you can't.
If there's traffic there, there's traffic there. There's no traffic.
You cannot. I am a
know
bus
I can
driver.
belt it out. You know I can belt it. But
Yes, but that must be what you was doing to run 20 early.
Why would no? I was just went at 25, 30 mile an hour. No traffic in Fleet Street.
Your argument that you're trying to put up for appeal is wrong. Your argument that you're putting up for running early is wrong. So basically, you are deliberately doing it.
No, I've got like outside Sainsbury's 6 minutes early. He went inside and done me for 10. Tells the conductor he done me for 9. And he's never ever booked me before for 6 minutes. That's what my case of victimisation. Noel Murray will normally let 6 minutes go. As long as you're under single figures, he don't worry. I mean double figures, he don't say nothing.
You can't be popular with everyone because, as you know, we've got certain rules that they must adhere to. And if they don't, well, you've got to put them on report, whatever, and you won't be very popular when you start putting people on the report and they're seeing the governor.
You had a final caution?
Yeah.
Right? Well, finally, you know what a final caution means. That's exactly what it says.
Yeah.
And yet you're still doing exactly the same offence the day after. It's unbelievable. You're making no attempt to rectify the problem you've got.
He's never booked me before for 6 minutes.
Do you believe that it is justified of all these endless catalogue of running early? Do you expect me to go into the manager and plea your case when you have not made an attempt to rectify it?
No,
what position have you put me in?
If you look at the last time I was not called...
No, I ask you...
This
you
is
must
the same I've rectified myself. If you look through them records again, I went over 12 months without getting caught, well, not getting caught, booked or nothing. A perfect year without nothing happening.
I think you've just hit it on the head. You went 12 months without getting caught.
Yeah, and now I've been caught twice within a couple of days.
Yes, but you've went 12 months without getting caught.
I'm not saying get caught, I didn't get booked for nothing.
You've got to a very, very serious stage where you could be. I'm not saying you can't. You could be dismissed. What can I say? I have nothing to say to the management, and when they dismiss you, what do you think that you're gonna gain?
I gain nothing.
I don't want to see you lose your job. Other than you running early, you're a good driver.
The way it is on the election trail.
Murray put Labour 3 points ahead of the Conservatives. The figures, Labour up 1 at 41%, Conservatives down 1 at 38, Liberal Democrats down 2 at...
Oh, Crawley, when are you going in for your DDE? Hey?
11 o'clock.
Yeah? So what?
Sorry, I'll make you dinner.
So what, you're going to be sacked by 11:30? Don't forget you owe me that £5 for that sponsorship before you go. And make sure I get that before you get the sack. Thank you. I'll cross you off. Just in case he gets the sack. I might not see him. Yeah. He's up on the thing, isn't he? Running early. He's already on his final warning.
John, to get down the Marble Arch 20 minutes early, you've got to leave here 10 minutes early. Got a bit of a nerve appealing. You come at 20 minutes, then you get down the road and get done again.
No, it's two different trips.
Two different trips. You're not appealing against a decision.
I can't appeal against that. I've got no grounds to appeal against the decision.
So you're up again for running early.
But you've got the original card.
What do you reckon will be the result?
I'll say they might enforce the final caution.
I thought you were already on the final caution.
But I haven't signed for it.
I reckon you'll be on the...
Special probation, I
Yeah,
guess.
something like that. Yeah, you never know, Mike. You never know what he could do.
I reckon if I was the governor...
You'd be out on your earwolf.
Yeah, I thought he'd say that.
You'd be out on your earwolf, mate, if we was the governor.
Good morning, everybody. This is a garage disciplinary inquiry on a charge of breaching rule number 23, running early by 10 minutes. He disputes that he was in fact 10 minutes early and said he was only 6 minutes early. Had you checked your watch at any time that day?
Yes, first thing I always do when I get to work, have a time check.
Right, how do you do that?
By ringing, dialing 123.
Right. So why did you not dispute the time at the time?
I said them all 10 minutes earlier. I said I'm only 6. And as I said to you, I couldn't get a time check because the radio in the compass wasn't working. I was sitting outside, but like, I didn't get the bell to come into say I could still be sitting at that stop now because you made me go about the bell. You made me come off that stop into the stand.
Thank you. Do you remember at any time Mr. Cronin saying to you he was only 6 minutes
Never, never. Never queried the time, never mentioned anything about how early he was or nothing. I told him he was 10 minutes early. He never disputed it. I went round to the conductor. The conductor never disputed it either.
You're getting a much younger staff now than what we did when I first come on the job. It was an older man's job years ago. You know, type of staff, you know, we get a younger staff now. And they half of them, I don't think they'll be long term. The discipline is so strict now that half of them won't last as long as what, say, like myself have.
Have you ever been disciplined?
Oh, yeah. Flipping hell, yeah.
Does it bother you getting a report?
No. Of course, no way. At the moment, my disciplinary record has improved in the last 6 or 7 years. It's only because I've decided to say, well, that's it. I can see the governor walking up and down the stairs, but I don't want to go in his office. I don't want to see him no more. You know, so I've kept my nose clean.
And how am I expected to believe that you are now taking notice of advice not to run early when I look here and see that on the 17th of December I advised you about wearing your uniform to a proper standard, and I see how you look today. And where's your tie?
Well, like still at home. I don't think I've worn a tie since I've been here.
Well, I think it's time you started thinking about it.
I think we better stick to the early running and not get involved in the appearance. I think it would be...
Well, I think it's relevant, Mr. Raven. Mr. Cronin is trying to tell me that he is taking notice of advice given to him, and it's not clear to me that he is. Where is your PSV badge?
Yeah. Well, I drive the buses down like that.
Right, well, let's have it out like that now. Now, let me tell you very clearly that you look a mess. You do not give the appearance of a professional driver. I think if you took more trouble over your personal appearance, more trouble over your own self-respect, you might then also adopt a much more professional attitude to looking after your customers on the road and not inconveniencing them, sometimes seriously inconveniencing them, by rushing about and continually running early.
My second half yesterday is 5 hours long. Sudbury, no toilets. King's Cross, no toilets.
There are no toilets there?
Well, there is, but they're decorating them all, so they're all locked up at the moment. Backbury, no toilets. Back to Baker Street, toilets. 4.5 hours you've got to go without going to the loo.
There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that the correct decision, which ought to be reached today, is dismissal. You ought to lose your job. You were warned formally with a caution on record last August that you were running too early, too often, and that your behaviour was unacceptable. I don't accept that the inspector is in any way inaccurate in his report. I think you've got to pull yourself together and stop behaving in this ridiculous way, because you're putting everybody's jobs at risk by doing so, including your own.
If you have 1 day off a month, you would lose your bonus.
Yeah, no, that's what it is, isn't it?
What's that for?
You know, your period.
When you get your,
So we're allowed a day off every 3 months due to our periods. So we have to take the pill for 3 months and just have one period. Bit of a joke, but...
women in charge of these garages.
They should. Like, you go in to see the management. What were you off for, Shirley? Periods? Oh, very good, yes, okay. See you at the same time next month.
Yeah.
My manager knows my period cycle more than what my husband does.
Now, but I'm not actually going to dismiss you today. However, I am going to place you on 12-month special probation, and I don't like putting people out of work, but I certainly will do so if I have to. So this really is a final warning. Any more early running and you're out of a job.
I'm still disputing the fact that it's 10 minutes. The inspectors are everywhere now. I think it's diabolical myself, honest to God, because they're out to get me, I think. I've been crawling about on the road. I've been doing about 10, 15 miles an hour. I'll still just get there on time, in and out, in and out. Too much rushing about. In my opinion, I'm in danger to the public. Don't think I'll be a busman this time next week, the way things are going.
The purpose of this meeting, you can see on the agenda here, to discuss your wages for 1992-93 and also the working conditions at Westbourne Park Garage.
If I was to make a suggestion that we put in for a 20% or a 25% wage rise, what would be the answer? From the firm's point of view, it would be unrealistic. Absolutely. Right? From my point of view, last year I got a 4-point-something% wage rise, right?
Right.
I paid 25% increase in my rent. Now, it's unreasonable and unrealistic of me to ask for a 6, 7, 10% pay rise because the firm can't afford it. They can't afford 10%, but I can afford 25% of my rent.
I'm quite happy to ask you, Governor, for 50%. I've got to justify it. You tell me to go away and be realistic. I mean, so much now with the competitive tendering has forced up hours, cut wages, threatened you with deregulation and the loss of jobs. Now, that's not the road to travel.
I just don't believe in the union anymore. When I first come on, it was all right, but not now. They seem to have lost their way somewhere along the line. I've lost confidence in the leadership. Hang on there, mate. I've just lost confidence in the leadership. It's all right, love. I got hold of him.
Now, this company is making money. Now, that should justify us getting better conditions. We're here to decide today whether we go in and accept a pay cut or go in with one hand tied behind your back because you're frightened about deregulation, or you're going to go in and say, they're making money, it's successful. This justifies our pay claim. Now give it to us. Showing us that they appreciate what we've done. Like you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're up at 12 o'clock at night. One of your brothers was stabbed the other day to make a profit. And we're worrying about whether or not we're going to get a pay cut. We're here today to tell them we want better money, better conditions, we deserve it, and we've earned it.
You should be all right for your performance anyway.
8 o'clock performance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very good.
No problem.
By the way, sir, could you tell me how old is this bus?
This particular one's about 21 years old.
Is this pretty standard on the route?
Yeah, they're pretty standard. You've got to get off here, by the way. You go round the corner where the lights are.
When I start this job, there were no pay. £12 a week. £14 a week nights. Now when I stick it till this time, what? It must be, and it must be something. I don't know if it's the oil.
Obviously, we